Welcome everyone. Welcome to today's live stream. My live stream is it's giving some issues these days. One second, guys. Okay, I think I've got it now. So right now I'm just waiting for the EA to enter into a trade. I'm trying to figure out this live stream issue that I'm having here. Okay, so we've been entered into a trade, entered into a buy. Let's see if we're able to stay in this buy or if it's going to get stopped out. All right, still in this buy for now. Let's see if the price is going to go to the upside or if it's going to continue going down. All right, so we've been entered into a sell. That buy was closed out. All right, let's see how this one plays out. That move down definitely was not expected. I was more looking out for a push to the upside. It could still turn around, go up, but the market makers are very tricky, so I would not be surprised if this wave becomes a different wave completely. Just need to evolve with the price as it comes along. Very, very tricky price action we're getting these days. think I noticed what's happening here with my live stream. Some sort of conflict. I'm just fixing up the live stream. Give me 1 second. All right, so that price continues to come down. Looking good so far. I think the live stream is okay now. All right, so the price is at an area where it could turn around and go back to the upside. Let's see if that's going to happen or if the price will continue pushing down. All right, we're getting that little pullback. Let's see if it's going to turn here. Price is just so tricky. As an Elliott wave practitioner, it's just so remarkable to see how much the market makers use manipulation techniques within all the different methods that retail traders use. If this price goes up, it's going to be going up in line with the Elliott wave theory. However, it does not appear that the market makers want to move the price in line with the Elliott wave theory. It looks like they're using it to manipulate buyers into the market. And this price may just continue trickling to the downside. So I saw, let me just bring this. So this is supposed to be, let me just bring on my Epic pen. Let me just open up my Epic pen. I want to show you guys what is going on. One second. All right, so this is my Epic pen. Okay, so from over here, this was yesterday's price action, right? So from over here, I noticed that something weird was happening, right? And I noticed that something weird was happening from from inside here, when we were getting this move. However, I knew price had to come to around this level before it would make its next move. So price got here, and I thought that when price got here, it would have just made a correction and continue moving down. But then, because of the way how this this price construction happened, I thought to myself, okay, this may explode back to the upside. And it did just that, right? Now, when it got here, I was thinking it's going to go sideways, right? Just go sideways for a while. And then today, it's going to continue moving up, right? So that's what I was thinking. But then I started to see overnight, the price it started to do the sideways thing, and I thought it would just do this and this and this and just go sideways overnight and then come here and then take off to the upside again, right? It didn't do that. Instead, it did what you're looking at right now. It just trickled and then picked up some volume, came down here, trickled, and then came down here again, retesting this low, right? So it came back, retested that low. So this move happening overnight, not expected. I mean, look at what we got during the course of the day, right? So this was the period of time that we should have been trading in. This is the active hours. And it did that in the Asian and European session. Almost, well, exactly the amount of movement that we got in the US session, right? So that in itself is kind of crazy. I don't know when last I've seen this much price action after hours between the European session, within the Asian session and European session combined like this type of price action. So I thought this weird, right? Because I would have expected that this would have been going sideways and then continue moving up for a bigger correction, right? We didn't get that. They brought the price all the way back down to this low, right? Now, they started pushing the price back up. Now, as a Elliott wave practitioner, we know this is going to be, if this is 1, 2, 3, and it comes down 1, 2, 3, we're either going to get 1, 2, 3, maybe back to this level, or it's going to be 5, like this, before it comes back to the downside, right? So I'm thinking, okay, maybe they're building this bigger type of corrective formation, right? But then if you look carefully, as an Elliott wave practitioner, they kind of changed up this wave. So far they're keeping it flat, right? This is supposed to be a flat. And I'm thinking that this flat formation should have ended here at that level, right? I'm thinking that flat formation should have ended this. Well, this should have been a 1, 2, 3 to end this 3-wave move, and then they start moving up. So you can see they did start moving up, but then they came back. So this one became another corrective move here, and then we got another wave down here. So now I'm thinking, all right, so this should have ended here, right? And then we can start moving up. But we start moving up, and they give us 1, 2, okay, so 1 up, then they give us 1, 2, and 3. So I'm thinking, okay, this one should be stopping somewhere here and continuing that move to the upside like that to make 3 and then come down, or make 5 and then come down, right? So come down here or come down from after that level here, right? And that didn't happen either, because they started extending this wave, right? So right now I'm watching to see if they're going to just make this into one big flat like that and bring this one back to this level before we come down, or if they're going to do this, go up one more, then come down, right? So I'm watching the current wave that we're in. And this is what makes price action so subjective, because the market makers change it so much. It's so difficult to keep up with what the price action is going to do, because the market makers, they know that we're using the Elliott wave theory. They know that you're using support and resistance. They know that you're using whatever methods you're using. They know all of these methods. And the price action that they create is to combat retail traders. So as retail traders, we are going to find ourselves using Elliott waves and support and resistance and Wyckoff and all different types of techniques, right? But we need to be able to evolve with the price, because the market makers are always going to manipulate those techniques. We may look at it as them manipulating price, but they're manipulating the techniques that we know, the techniques that we understand. So right now, this is supposed to go up, but instead of it going up, I'm going to look to see if it does this. And if it does that, there's a possibility it does this, right? And when it gets down to around this level, when it gets down to somewhere around this level, I'm going to watch to see if they do this for another move down. That's what I'm looking for. So it's not that you can't use the Elliott wave theory. It's not that you can't use support and resistance. You just need to be able to understand what is the best way to use it. You cannot commit yourself to a fixed expectation of price, because the market makers know what you're looking for. And the aim of the market makers is to grab liquidity. That's all they want to do. Grab liquidity, right? So let me just put this on a lower time frame for you. See this green bar? That green bar is signaling that that's where the price was supposed to go to the upside, and that's where the buyers started coming in. And what did the market makers do? They canceled that wave. In the Elliott wave theory, it's referred to as an X wave, right? So they gave an X at that level. Now, normally, the X wave is expected to be a bigger wave, right? It's expected to be like something like this, like a bigger move, and then the price just comes back. But the market makers, they manipulate even that, because you're expecting a decent sized wave, at least to let you know that that move to the upside did start, and then you would expect that they'd bring it back to the downside if they're going to X that wave, right? But over the years, I've noticed that they've been Xing waves with very, very small moves, that in some cases you have to go down to the lower time frames to even see it, right? So the manipulation is real in the market. You need to just understand that you need to kind of think outside the box, right? And my liquidity map system is designed to do just that. I know exactly where the market makers want to bring the price using my liquidity map. So those are the only areas that I would look to take action in the market, right? Also, when it comes to this EA, I know that between 8:30 and 9, that's where the most volatility is. 9:30 and 10, that's where the most volatility is. So I'm going to try to come into the market around those times to catch those fast, aggressive moves. But right now, what's happening is they're not giving us a lot of volatility between 8:30 and 9 and between 9:30 and 10. They're just keeping the price stagnant. So the account took a little bit of a drawdown because the account was because the price was stagnating in that area, right? But I know that it's just a cycle, and volatility is going to come back into those time slots. So I'm just waiting patiently for that volatility to come back into that time slot. And when volatility comes back into that time slot, it could be a month from now, I'm going to see the account start to grow rapidly, right? Because the EA is designed to be liquid with price. So notice the price is being moved to areas of liquidity so that it can grab liquidity, right? So I created an EA that can be liquid in terms of its movement. So wherever the price goes, the EA should be able to follow. And there are certain stop conditions that are programmed into the EA, right? With the liquidity map, I just happened to stumble across how the market makers are really moving the price. And maybe in time, I may design the EA to adapt with the liquidity map as well. But I'm still thinking about it, right? It's still going to be liquid. It's just going to be using the liquidity map to decide when to start trading and when to stop or close out a trade and open some new trades or whatnot, right? But for now, the EA is designed in such a way that it's extremely powerful. Even when it takes on some drawdown, that's okay. It's taking on drawdown for a reason. And that's one thing that we as traders need to understand as well. If we lose a trade, why did we lose a trade? If I'm losing trades with the EA, I know why I'm losing those trades. I'm losing those trades because the price is stagnant. It's not going anywhere. Simple. Once the price is moving up or down, I'm going to be making money, right? So if I run this EA for a year, 2 years, 3 years, I know it's going to be profitable. Once the price is moving, there is going to be stagnant periods, and we can't run away from those, right? But volatility is always going to be coming back into the market around the open. That's when the equity market news comes, earnings and stuff like that comes out in a lot of cases. That's where the participants in the equity markets take trades normally at the open. The big guys, they're entering their trades at the open. So that's where the volatility is going to be. For now, the price is being manipulated. Maybe it's algorithmic right now. All of that are things that we need to take into consideration. Maybe right now the price is being ran by algorithmic programs. And that's why the market's moving in the way that it's moving. So we just need to be proactive and aware of what's going on. Be able to adjust with the movement of price. Right now, what they're giving us here with this green bar is another indication that they want to push the price up. Are they going to push the price up? Because they still can. They could still push the price up, right? And this wave that you're looking at could just be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then they push the price up, right? They can still do that. But are they going to do it? That's the question. Are they going to do it? In my view, if they were going to do it, they probably would have done it already. So in my view, this is just going to be a wave, just a little, maybe a green candle just to induce buyers. So stops are going to go down here. Induce buyers, stops go here. And we have liquidity down here as well, right? So what are they going to do? They're going to come for it. I think they're going to come for that liquidity that's below this level. So we got that green bar. It's on the 5-minute candlestick chart, right? And that's where they gave us this one. And that's where they gave us this one. So let's see if they take that bar out or if they're going to push the price up. We'll see. They're going to do one or the other. In my view, this wave here, this is complete, right? So they would just change one wave into another, change one setup into another, and eventually change it back into something very close to its original form. So you need to be very, very, very careful. It's not a game. I mean, it may look like one, but it's not a game. So let's see what's going on here. All right, so we're just going to wait patiently. Let's see if this move to the upside will be canceled and price will continue coming down, or if they will push the price back to the upside. And guys, the market makers can see your orders in the market. They can see your orders. And what are they going to do? They're going to move the price to try to liquidate you, right? But what they're going to do is they're going to move the price to liquidate the areas where they see the most orders. Right? So if there's more sellers in the market, the price goes up. If there's more buyers in the market, the price goes down. And that's a logic that a lot of us can't understand. Because we're like, but we were told that when the price is moving up, it's because there's a lot of buyers in the market. And when the price is going down, there is a lot of sellers in the market. Right? That's what we were led to believe. But that's not correct. The price goes up when there is a lot of sellers, retail sellers in the market. The price goes down when there is a lot of retail buyers in the market. So those are some of the things that we need to understand. And the market makers, they're going to manipulate the price and manipulate all the methods that you know and love so much simply to create liquidity. All right, so remember what I told you guys. Trading is a very difficult game, and this is supposed to go up, but I'm thinking that they're going to cancel that. According to the Elliott wave theory, it should be going up, but I'm thinking they're going to give us something like this. Right? I'm thinking that. This is what's supposed to happen. Right? This move up is what is supposed to come according to the Elliott wave theory. This move down is what I'm thinking that they will give us. Because they're manipulating the price. Everyone is trying to buy. And so they're pushing the price down to liquidate them. This is a stop run. A move to liquidity. Liquidity. My tongue got twisted there. It's a move to liquidity. And I know exactly where these liquidity zones are. Well, on the Dow Jones, US 30, right? I prefer to trade the US 30, the Dow Jones. I've been playing with it for many, many years. So over time, I was able to start seeing things. And with me being an Elliott wave master and a master of many other techniques out there, after a while, you start to see the manipulation. You start to see what the market makers are doing. And I started to see the manipulation first. But then it's like when you're seeing the manipulation, you don't want to believe that what you're seeing is real. You keep conforming back to what you learned, right? Expecting that what you learned is the gospel. Let's look at it that way. You're expecting it to be true and real, and nothing else is going to be able to go against it. Because you see it work. You see it work. And they want you to see it work at times. But at the times when they allow you to see it work, that's the time when they don't really have anything to lose. It's like, we're going to let them see this move happen just to prove to them that their system works, right? And after they give you that one just to satisfy your desire to succeed, they now cause you to fail, because the next move that you're looking for, you're not going to get that. Or sometimes they give you the first one, they give you the second one, they give you the third one, and the fourth move, they don't give that to you at all. They just take back everything that you just made and more. So you need to be vigilant. You need to understand what's really happening in these markets. You cannot commit yourself to the retail strategies that you see out there. You can keep aspects of it, right? And some of these retail strategies will bring you success, but it's not going to be a consistent flow. That's why a lot of traders always say, and if you guys watch carefully, you see what's happening. The price is pushing down again, breaking the low, right? Let me just try to say something to you guys. I want to prove my point. Let me see this. I'm going to try to tell you guys the exact zone where the price is going to come. Okay. 33.70, 33.78, 3740. One second. Okay, I'm trying to get this as close as possible. All right. You guys see this blue zone that I just drew? That's where I'm expecting the price to come. When that price gets to that level, I'm going to expect to see that price possibly pause, come down inside here, pause, maybe make a bigger correction before it pushes back to the downside. Or I'm going to see that price get here and go back to this level. Maybe even go sideways and continue moving up, because that would change that setup greatly and still keep the setup the same. You see, that's what's funny. It would keep the setup the same, but it would change the setup enough to confuse the hell out of traders. So that's something that you guys need to look out for. So it's after 9. The time passed so fast I did not realize it. We were only able to make $12.15 on that move to the downside. So you guys keep an eye on that price action. Keep an eye on that zone that I showed you guys. And I'll be back at around 9:30, right, with the next segment of our EA trading. I'll see you guys in a bit. Bye-bye for now.